All right, let's see it. So this is all just pure and utter nonsense. None of this has anything to do with any descriptions of Satan that are found anywhere in the Bible. There are only two places where we could possibly draw conclusions about the way the authors are representing the physical appearance of Satan. In the stories of Jesus being tempted in the wilderness, Satan seems to be represented in the narrative as anthropomorphic. In other words, looking like a human and almost certainly a male human. And then we have the book of Revelation, which describes Satan as a great red, seven-headed serpent and dragon, basically as Leviathan. Those are the only places where we get any information whatsoever about how biblical authors conceptualized the physical appearance of Satan. Satan is not a character anywhere in the Hebrew Bible, but the imagery from this video is drawing from a bunch of misunderstandings of passages from the Hebrew Bible based primarily on post-biblical stories and traditions and interpretations, because it's connecting Ezekiel 28 with Genesis 2 and 3 with Isaiah 14:12. And none of those passages has anything at all to do with Satan. Ezekiel 28 is about the human king of Tyre as a representative of humanity in the Garden of Eden. And the Garden of Eden is described in ways that do not fit the description of the Garden of Eden from Genesis 2 and 3. So there seems to be some other Eden tradition that is going on in Ezekiel 28, but it is very clearly describing the human and not the serpent. And that brings up problems with reading Satan into the Garden of Eden in Genesis 2 and 3. The serpent from the Garden of Eden is never identified as Satan anywhere until after the entire Bible had been completed. And then there's Halel ben Shachar, shining one, son of the dawn, mentioned in Isaiah 14:12. This is a sarcastic representation of the king of Babylon as if they were a deity associated with Venus. It later gets translated as Lucifer in the Vulgate, and it later gets interpreted as a reference to Satan. Again, that identification is entirely post-biblical. So the imagery that has this beautiful angelic figure with wings and is all shiny and sparkly is 100% post-biblical, and the only features of it that come from the Bible are based on the inaccurate interpretation of Ezekiel 28, Genesis 2 and 3, and Isaiah 14 as references to Satan. They are no such thing whatsoever. And if you'd like more info on how the concept of Satan develops within the Bible, chapter 9 of my forthcoming book, The Bible Says So, What We Get Right and Wrong About Scripture's Most Controversial Issues, is all about where the idea of Satan comes from. And the fit for this video has been Jim Lee's Wolverine.